Following the fourth and possibly final developer livestream, we saw a range of new topics discussed, from animation and physics improvements to terrain editing tools and updated reflections. We got a look at world generation updates, including different quality levels for the preview window, and there was a sneak peek into each of the quality levels, including the high and highest options that allowed for much more detailed and intricate previewing of your generated worlds, as well as lower quality levels for older or less capable systems. There was also talk of improvements to memory involving things like road smoothing and faster generation of highway connection tiles while generating new worlds. It took almost exactly 2 minutes for Lathan to generate a 10k map during the stream, which is a good sign that generation optimization is working well. The ability to set custom spawn rates for POIs by tags or specific names will also be included in map generation going forward, determining the minimum and maximum spawn range from within the random generation setup menu itself. Wilderness prefabs have been increased and will now spawn in more relevant locations. There will be less wilderness prefabs near towns and cities, and they'll have more of a chance to spawn in mountain ranges. It was also stated that the frequency of traders is being increased to appear every 1.5 kilometers or so, creating more opportunities for players to get involved in questing. Zombies can now feed on downed animals, so when hunting you'll need to protect your kills as they'll be fair game to nearby enemies. There's a chance the zombies will track to fallen animals and equally to the player characters, and can deplete the resources from animals on the ground until they're completely gone. More advanced dismemberment and damage indicators were showcased, with different types of damage being done with sharp and blunt melee weapons. Limbs can be removed at different points, and the remaining nubs will have some jiggle animations, and different types of weapons will cause different types of damage to enemies as well. Explosive weapons will also cause dismemberment, and the detached parts of enemies will have physics too. This damage can be triggered by both weapons like explosive arrows and traps like the landmine. We got a look at the new forge and workbench stations, which will now have updated models depending on the tools equipped to them. The model of the forge was updated when adding the bellows, the crucible and the anvil, and will have a furnace animation when it's in use. The workbench will also work in a similar way, though the tool attachment aspect of this model wasn't quite ready during the livestream. There was a quick walkthrough of how changes to reflection will affect the world, with surfaces appearing more shiny, light emissive colour matching from lit signs being more frequent, and an overall less dull looking atmosphere in the in-game environments. Scopes and sights have been tweaked to feel smoother and more responsive, whereas in the past aiming through sights could feel slower and sluggish and frames could be skipped. The changes will increase the movement sensitivity, and it comes with acceleration options in the in-game menu. Vehicles will now take significantly more damage, maybe too much, with about 2% of the vehicle's health being reduced per enemy driven through, and between 15 to 30% for bumping into structures and terrain. Vehicles will have new animations showing the level of damage they've sustained, like the bicycle sparking when reaching 25% health, and other mechanical vehicles showing smoke and eventually fire when their health reaches lower levels. Swimming logic has been improved, with resistance and momentum now being a factor when moving through water. The water level is also now visible when submerged, so you'll know how far to the surface you have to ascend before you can take that precious gulp of air. There was also a few hints about the future of rafts and boats, as well as motivations and deterrents for navigating in water. There would need to be something scary in the water to make it a worthwhile gameplay addition. Swimming will also now cost stamina, and the speed of movement in water has been increased. Block physics have been updated to react more realistically to explosions, with blocks now being able to shift positions, blow outwards, away from the epicenter of an explosion, and fall with more weight. This will make using explosives feel better and increase the realism of the effect they have on the surrounding environments. Finally, a new terrain manipulation tool was shown off, with the ability to alter large areas of terrain in a sphere, from smoothing to building up or removing existing terrain. This is more of a feature for map makers and custom POI creators, but it is a worthwhile tool to have for those that enjoy that aspect of the game. That's it for now. What do you think about the changes coming in Alpha 21? Let me know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, leave it a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on all the latest 7 Days to Die updates and all my other survival game news, reviews and impressions. Goodbye.